you all for coming. I'm going to try and do this roughly to about an hour timeline, just so you won't go much over that. Just to let you know how this is going to work, basically I have lots of hypothetical questions or situations that I've experienced or I feel may be experienced with the next JCR president. I will instigate those of these questions. There will be different subject areas. I will open it up to discussion to both of these guys to respond and to debate between themselves. Also, during that, I will, to an extent, play devil's advocate. So if they're trying to justify their opinion, I'll try and justify the opposition opinion at certain times to try and make sure they push out a real answer rather than dodging the questions, which a lot of us did last year to an extent. If at any point you want to interject and make a comment or a question on the subject area that's being discussed, just chuck your hand up, and as soon as I see it, I will make a note and I'll try and get you guys involved as well. We're going to just keep it a nice open discussion, hopefully it'll be quite fast running and everything, so hopefully it's going to be good. Declan.
Can we have an overview of what's going to be discussed now, or are you just going to bring it out as a matter?
I can give you sort of a list of sort of general subject areas that we're looking at. We're going to look at sort of the developments of the buttery quite recently. We're going to look at finances, the library, Kusu, the wyverns, behaviour issues, maintenance office, domestic office. We've basically got all the different broad areas and aspects of those. As it goes along, we'll focus on different areas.
Is there going to be time for general questions?
Yeah, we can have some more questions at the end, but we'll do subject areas, so if you've got a question on that subject area, then that's best part to Okay. I think we're ready to begin if you guys have both focused together.
Why not?
Excellent, right, okay. The subject area one is the buttery. I just want to give you a hypothetical situation that may occur during your presidency. Okay, the buttery suggests that former hall should no longer meet 7 nights a week. They justify this with a detailed financial breakdown and claim that the figures indicate that it's simply not affordable anymore, and if they were to maintain 7 nights a week, they would have to see a dramatic increase of the cost of meals per night. How would you respond to them telling you this? I'll go to Ben Hinson first.
Okay. Well, to avoid the question, I would ask why they feel it's financially viable. I would look at the list, and then I would push for the hardest to make them reconsider. But if it comes to the situation where they will not, I would ask for something in return. I feel if we're losing the privilege of 7 nights a week, we need something back. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we could do, I'm not turning this into sort of opera tables, but maybe fancy dress forms for certain occasions, like Halloween, say. Not a common occurrence, but for special occasions. Especially Halloween, because it's the start of the year, it's, a term and freshers into life, it's something to look forward to. I feel if we're going to be losing privileges, then, we need something in return. It's not just going to be taken, we need something back.
Yeah, well, first of all, we go in asking for details of this and all that, obviously. Then I go and say, well, let's try and get some publicity out about this. Students might start going more, less popular nights. And then, of course, big dinners and that, choir, that type of thing. Can we move them into the less popular nights to try and bring demand up for them? Try and see if we can organise in some way that, like, maybe one of the nights is like, if you've got a birthday, try and go in that night, if that would be suitable. That type of thing there, trying to pick up demand for that. Obviously, push as hard as we can. And then, if they're still saying no, as Ben rightly says, trying for concessions elsewhere, perhaps on pricing, see if they can do something with that. If they've got more economies of scale on just doing a few nights, hopefully they should be able to do something on pricing.
Okay, so about Hinson, you made the point about the other options, maybe like formal or fancy dress and stuff, but this all depends on buttery cooperation.
Yeah.
Now, to an extent, certainly from some students' point of view, the buttery have been planning to cooperate anything, sort of birthday cake, going back to the bar, putting the lights on at the end of the night. Why do you think, because they've got financial justifications for this, they'd be willing to change their level of cooperation with the student body?
Well, the problem is you can't guarantee this. The situation like this is going to come down to direct conversation between the president and the buttery staff, and it comes down to a force of will in the end. But I feel that there's a case to be made where situations become unreasonable. As you said, I don't think there's fair grounds for, say, the birthday, the birthday cake or the birthday cheering speech situation. I feel like the president should be able to make the buttery staff at least realise that their stance is somewhat unreasonable. It will come down to direct conversation. It will be a one-on-one situation. But
I'll take Jubel's point.
I just want justification on this fancy dress thing. I wasn't sure whether you meant in Ramsey or in formal.
also, I presume just on formal.
Because But that's what I was hoping you weren't going to say, because do you really think college would have? I think the only college I'm aware of that do fancy dress is King's. I doubt modelling being with its traditions, themed in that hall where we are the only candlelit one, will ever allow people going in dressed up as transsexual.
I can respect that point. Like I said, I feel it would only be for specific occasions, but I feel, as you said, modelling is a college rooted in tradition. But I feel that as long as there was some sort of limit on, not risque costumes, but some sort of scope for other to being a more sort of publicised event, and that it's a formal, it's more fun. It retains what the rest of the nights in the year it retains its formal dress, candle tradition, but just one night where actually it's a big, more fun form. Not that it just turns into a box of tables, but that something's a bit more special, something that gets more a bit more public attention.
Okay, I'll go to Ben West for Declan. Ben, you say there's still no solution, and you'll keep looking for different ways around the issue. Ultimately, if the former hall refuse to budge and they give you the two options of 7 nights a week or more expensive dining, which way would you fall down those two options?
Right, well, first of all, one thing I neglected to add at the end is if they were going to make that change, I'd probably look to try and start some sort of petition in the college. I think if you can go at the end of the day, look, we've got 200 students here saying they don't like this, that's a lot more weight. Even though they usually accept that JCR represents the body, if we actually got people saying, as happened with the room ballot issue earlier, and then if they still say that, if it comes down to more expense, or it comes down to fewer nights, again, that's an issue in a sense that should be put to the committee and not just made by the president. But my personal opinion on that would be that to go for I would say go for fewer nights, because that's the more common thing to do across Cambridge.
Okay, I'll take Declan's point just to make it.
I'm pleased to hear your mention of a petition, Ben. Would you go beyond a petition and some sort of student action, or would you stop at a petition? Well, I guess to Mr. Hinson as well.
Can I answer first? That was directed to me. I think there is more room for a petition, like Simon's in college, they're doing something offline. I think going further than that, the only option you have is starting to do really serious things like sit-ins or whatever like that, or contacting newspapers. I see very, very limited scenarios where that action's required. If they start talking about rents going up 50%, well then that's a case where, that's a massive issue. I think, if all of college would be out rioting in a way before the JCR even suggested anything else, so I think in something that extreme, which I don't foresee happening at all, there may be a case to go further, but as we discovered with the room issue, we went along with 100 emails all saying people don't like this, and we knew that, but having it there physically saying there's 100 people, that made a difference, I think.
Okay, quickly, then I'll straight out to this and
So, in answer to your question, I do agree with Ben on this. I feel a petition is one thing, and that shows a level of mature response, but as Ben said, really the only action you can take after that is some form of protest, and I feel for an issue that's of this scale, I feel that would just prove that, we're not in a mature position to operate. If anything, that would be detrimental to any campaign that could be had. So I feel that there becomes a point when, if college, after petitioning, after trying to look for concessions, is not going to budge, it's not going to, and you'll be unhappy with the situation, but you've tried all routes that are sensible and practical, and that's all you can do, really.
Excellent. Anyone else want to make a point on the battery, or I think we'll move on to a new issue? Excellent.